Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to be watching a fan edit by VCreations. This one is called Marvel Thanos Destiny. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I am very curious to see what aspects of the Infinity Saga are going to be present in this story. Now this video is actually from over a year ago now, so I mean it's like over a year and a half now, so I'm very curious to see how it is going to go. I'm very excited. It's only a couple minutes long, and yeah, let's jump into it.
Hear me and rejoice. You have had the privilege of being saved.
Oh yeah, the first scene from an Infinity
The
War.
entire time I knew Thanos, he only ever had one goal.
You may think this is suffering.
To half
No.
the population of the entire
It is
universe.
salvation.
To bring balance to the universe by wiping out half of all life.
The universal scales tip toward balance because of your sacrifice. Smile.
Just create more resources,
For even in
dude.
death, you have
all you have to
become
do.
Children of Thanos.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
He used to kill people planet by planet, massacre by massacre.
Thanos. He's a plague, Tony. He invades planets, he takes what he wants, he wipes out half the population. He sent Loki.
Dude, the
attack
way
on
that
New
he
York.
takes
That's
down,
him.
like, or
This
the way that
universe is-
he picked up Gamora on her planet is just so insane to me, because basically he's like, yeah, just don't look over there. Look at this little weapon that you can use, you know, moving forward. And instead of just seeing half your people die and seeing that I just killed your mom and your family or whatever and everyone you've ever known, it's just, I don't know how to feel about that. It's just weird.
It's finite, its resources finite. If life is left unchecked, life will cease to exist.
Also,
If he
him
gets all
destroying the
6 Infinity
Tesseract with one
Stones, he can
hand,
do
that
it
is
with the snap of his
badass.
fingers like this.
I call that mercy.
You kill and torture, and you call
Oh,
it
that
mercy.
parallel there
Small.
between, I didn't even think of that, where he takes out Loki by raising him with one hand and snapping his neck, and he does a very similar thing to Vision, where he raises him up and pulls out the stone from his head. That's very interesting. I mean, also kind of disturbing, because, you know, both those characters are really cool. And yeah, anyway, let's keep going.
Price to pay for salvation.
In order to take the stone, you must lose that which you love.
Where's
Gamora's hand's so small.
I ignored my destiny once.
He took her to Vormir. He came back with the Soul Stone, but she didn't.
I cannot do that again.
Tell me she's lying.
Asshole! Tell me you didn't do it!
A soul for a soul.
I'm sorry, little one.
So
I
they
was
say a soul for a soul there, and I don't know if this was ever really addressed. Does the Soul Stone have a soul inside of it? Like, what do they mean by that? Or is it just, oh, it's the Soul Stone, so we're gonna call it a soul for a soul or whatever? Also, what exactly are the abilities of the Soul Stone? I still have no clue what the Soul Stone even does within the MCU. I mean, the Mind Stone allows you to control people's minds. Does the Soul Stone allow you to maybe, like, if you have the Soul Stone and the Time Stone, are you able to resurrect someone? I don't know. It's very weird, because they don't really address what that stone does, and yet it seems to be like such a powerful, or like the most powerful stone, or something like that. It's weird. And I feel like that does need to be addressed at some point in some way, shape, or form. Despite the fact that we are now outside of the Infinity Saga, I do still think that this is an important thing to address. It's like, why is the Soul Stone so important? I don't know.
Choices require the strongest will. I am inevitable. Thought by eliminating half of life, the other half would thrive.
Now, we have a chance to bring everyone back.
What I'm about to do to your stubborn, annoying little planet, I'm gonna enjoy it very, very much. I will shred this universe down to its last atom, and then create a new one, teeming with
See, I
life.
think that it would be really cool. Like I really love the end of Endgame, right? In that, you know, Tony Stark's sacrifice and everything, and him taking out Thanos and everyone. But I feel like the version of Thanos that we get at the end of Endgame could have been a lot more in line with the version of Thanos that existed in in the comics, where it's like he's a lot more brutal, and it's not really about bringing balance to the universe, but more about being the god of the new world or whatever. Because they were already going down a path that I didn't really fully see, where it was like, oh, you guys killed me and you weren't grateful or whatever, and my mistake was that when I destroyed everything, people still remembered the past. But the very obvious answer there is, oh, I'll just do it again and then make you all forget the people that were there beforehand, using the Mind Stone. Like that would, and probably the Mind Stone and the Power Stone and maybe the Reality Stone. Like you wouldn't need to use all the stones in order to do that. Or like there's another way of going about it that's not just, oh, let me just kill everyone, I don't know. It's very interesting to me that this guy's brain simply goes to like killing everyone and everything right away.
Knows not what it is lost, but only what it has been given. A grateful universe. Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe.
Also, his fights, they're so
does
good.
put a smile on my face. I ask you, to what end? Dread it? Run from it? Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say,
the fact that it took all three of these OG characters, it took Thor, it took Cap, it took Iron Man, all working together just to put up a fight against Thanos in that final battle. It was so cool to see. I mean, the only other character that I think should have been in that battle would have been Hulk. And it's really unfortunate that he was not the Hulk. The entire ending of the Infinity Saga was Hulk deprived. And I mean that because Professor Hulk was not good. It was not the real Professor Hulk, and it wasn't done well at all to me. So they could have done so much better with that. I think that if they can do a version of the Professor Hulk storyline from the comics where he goes a little bit mad with power, or mad with, because of how intelligent he is, that would be a cool story moving forward. But I think we need the Hulk back, like the real proper Hulk back in the MCU. The version of the Professor Hulk that they created was not well done. It didn't do anything good for the story. It wasn't interesting or helpful. So I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. I think that the idea that they couldn't just call Captain Marvel to hold the gauntlet, like it made no sense to me as to why the Hulk ended up having to make, or Professor Hulk had to make that sacrifice in the end. It deprived the audience of Hulk smashing things and being just and having maybe like a moment where he's full power going up against Thanos once more. I think that would have been so dope to see.
When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they remember you. I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail nonetheless.
And then what?
I finally rest and watch the sunrise on a grateful universe.
Yeah, that didn't happen for you, sir. Okay, so yeah, that was a story about Thanos, his journey within the MCU, but really I feel like I was talking more about the surrounding characters, and I think that's kind of the point with a villain like this. I mean, you create such a wonderful villain, and what that does is make the story and journey of the heroes that much more profound, and that is exactly what happened with Thanos here in this story. I mean, he is up there in terms of the best villains with characters like, I would say, maybe Killmonger. He's up there with Loki, with who else? Like I don't know. I think those are like the really big villains that I see off the top of my head, that I'm like, these are wonderfully complex and fantastic villains that exist within the MCU that truly deserve the role that they were given. And Thanos is no exception to that. I mean, the history behind that character and the potential of what he was. You know, it's so cool to see what we got on screen, but I do want to see one way, shape, or form the truly like the version of Thanos that is obsessed with death, the version of Thanos that was literally a serial killer as a child, the version of him that really just wants to take over the world and to kill half of the universe simply to please Mistress Death, to enslave beings. I mean, that is the Thanos character that I wanted to see, and though we didn't get that, I think that this version of Thanos is absolutely fantastic, but I do hold out hope that we get to see a version of him, the full-on insane mad titan within a story somewhere later on down the line, especially with the introduction and existence of the multiverse that has just been ever present for the past few months, and since the start of 2020, this has been, or 2021 rather, this has been the path that the MCU is clearly going down. I mean, we are going to see more and more alternate realities. We're going to see more and more different variations of stories, and I think that a story of Thanos that is much more in line with what we had in the comics would be absolutely fantastic, because it would be so much more brutal and crazy to see on screen. That being said, that's all I really have to say for this video. It was a lot of fun to watch, to bring back memories about the Thanos character throughout the Infinity Saga. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe for more videos from me on this channel, and let me know if you have any suggestions for other videos that I should be watching in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.